Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Durazic and today we are here with a Minecraft showcase of the local weather and Stormfronts mod. And this basically is the tornado mod, which you've seen before, and it adds in hurricanes, cyclones, water spouts, volcanoes, and of course tornadoes. It's a really cool mod and you can go check it out, the link will be in the description. Now it does add a few items and I won't be covering the crafting side of it since it doesn't actually really include the crafting recipes, which is a bit unfortunate. Plus some crafting recipes don't work, but that's okay, I'm sure it'll get fixed in a later version. But for now we'll just be covering the core essentials of the mod. So the items I want to first start off with is the anometer, which is this, and it will basically tell you how strong the wind is. It won't physically tell you, but the faster it's spinning, the faster the wind. Also we got the wind vane, which is the one with the chicken on the top. It's quite creative actually, I love it. And this will tell you which way the wind is blowing, and right now it's southeast. Now over here we've got some other items. We've got the tornado sensor, which you might remember from previous videos. We've got the tornado siren, which will alert you if there's a tornado within a certain radius. We've got the weather machine, and you right click it to cycle through the different types of weather. And we have the weather deflector, which is exactly how it sounds. It will get rid of any weather, so if you've got this and a tornado comes through, you place it down and the tornado should just stop. Really helpful item if you can craft it and if a deadly storm is coming towards your house. Now the last and probably my favourite item is the weather forecast. It's really quite creative really. That orange mark on the map there is where this block is, and it will tell you where it's raining. So it's raining just over there right now. It'll tell you any storms on the map. It'll tell you the direction they're moving, the wind angle effect, and the wind speed. So right now the wind is just really calm at 0.01. But yeah, that's my favourite block. It's definitely essential if you're going to be doing survival on this. Now I'm sure you're all interested in seeing the weather and seeing the effects it can do. But before I do show you the weather machine, probably the most important command that you may want is weather 2, with just a 2 on the end. And here you can actually spawn in all the different types of weather, as you can see. Now, I believe you can spawn in a tornado, but it is just more of a little test feature right now. It's nothing major. I don't think it spawns naturally on its own just yet. But the way the storm works, it goes from rain to thunder to wind to hail, and then it can progress into a tornado. So there's certain types of stages, and depending where the storm is on the map, it can turn into a water spout, which I've seen many times. You could have a ocean-based storm. There's a chance for that. Or you could have after the hurricane, the tornado. There's 5 stages to it, and you've got F0, which is the weakest type, to F5, which is the strongest. And there's a chance the tornado will go through all these stages. And if it goes through that, it can turn into a cyclone, and then the strongest of the wind types being a hurricane. Now I will show you some of the weathers and its destruction. So let's start with a hurricane, and then later we'll go to a tornado. So weather 2, storm, create, and you just type in hurricane. You type in your storm you'd want here, so hurricane. Now the lightning can go quite crazy, and you can configure that in your settings. Now I think it's actually not working because I've got my weather deflector down. See what I mean? It's quite a useful tool if you don't want a storm near your house. Let's get rid of that, and let's try again. There we go. Now as you can see, it will pick up some blocks, it can cause fires, it will pick up animals. The animator here is going crazy. We can see there's a hurricane on the map. Now for some reason it says a C5, so maybe the hurricane feature isn't fully implemented just yet, with some icons on here. But it is quite strong. The lightning is really the most dangerous feature that you would have to look out for. Let's put down this web deflector. Alright, that was pretty cool. The weather deflector isn't working. There we go, alright. So yeah, that was pretty cool. That just gives you a taste for the type of cyclones you can get. I've generally found that like a C1 cyclone is generally a lot more powerful than that hurricane for some reason. But you know, whatever. Now you could hear the siren go off, and the siren will go off defaultly if there's a storm or a tornado or cyclone within a 256 block radius. Now the next thing we're going to spawn in is an F5 tornado. So you'll just type F5. And as you can see, straight away it's picking up blocks, it's throwing it up. The lightning, that's probably my fault. The configuration I was a bit funny on. But the radius for this tornado is really quite crazy. And you can change the type of blocks it picks up. There you go, there is a F5 tornado. The span of it is just huge. As you can see, we're still being greatly affected by it, and we're all the way over here. Its destruction is absolutely nuts, to say the least. In my Twitch tornado survival stream, it's done a lot of damage, and we've not even hit an F5 tornado yet. So I can't even imagine when it does hit. So we'll just cut that down. Now I have changed some features so it wouldn't pick up too many blocks, because it can be extremely powerful and would probably crash my game. But as you can see, I'm flying through here, and you can just see some of the destruction in the jungles from it. Now another thing I'd like to show you is the volcano. I believe you just type in volcano, and it should work. It's like I say, it's more of a it's a tested feature, I suppose. I don't believe it's got its own icon or anything. I'm not really too sure on the true shape of the volcano, but it should build up. But like I say, just a tested feature. I don't think anything that is in the final version yet that it'll spawn in naturally. Now some of the other commands that we've got is the C5. We've got the water spout, which I'll show you. And we've also got down here storm kill all. Now some of these features I haven't fully tested. There can be a lot of different things they can do. Like progress all, that'll mean a storm should progress through all the stages. But let's try it out here with a water spout. So create spout. This should just form like, not too much of a damaging tornado. And there you go, you've got a little water spout there. Isn't that pretty cool? Now people really want me to fly usually into the middle of a tornado, but for one like a water spout, it doesn't actually do anything really. It doesn't pick up blocks, it's just more of a water-based storm. Let's put that down, and we'll get rid of that. There you go, there's a water spout, pretty cool. Alright, and then we'll try the kill all as well, so storm, create, kill all. Oh, not even that, it's storm, kill all. Killing all storms, and basically, of course, any rain or major tornadoes in that area should be stopped. I think this is actually natural rain. In that case, it may not be stopped. There's a bit of a few areas with it conflicting between the natural weather. At least that's what I found. Because some areas I won't get snow or anything, even though there's a storm, and I'm not sure what the problem is with that. Maybe it's something in the config. Now this block I did want to show you, and I promised I would, is the weather machine. So we'll go through all the things it can spawn. The first one is lightning. Actually the second one, go to high wind, and for high wind you'll actually see there's kind of a spiral effect. You'll see the clouds spinning around, and of course you'll definitely be able to hear the lightning. But yeah, like I say, you can see it spinning around. The next one should be hail, and this will start to throw little chunks of ice down at the ground, as you can see here. Again, really cool mod, and this is just going crazy here. Look at the wind speed, 2.0. Alright, the next is an F1 tornado. Next is a stage 1 tropical cyclone. The next is rain. So, as you can say, you can quickly flick through some of the features there. It doesn't actually let you progress through every single tornado. And the tornado won't move if you do spawn it in. It'll more stand on the spot. But really, that about covers it for the tornado in-game side of the mod. Although there is one last thing, and that's the Weather 2 config. And here you can completely customize all the features, extra snowfall blocks, and so we've got different tabs. So performance, you can change all the effects here. So cloud storm effects, high. Compatibility, storms when local biomes, so you can have it in local biomes, or you can have it in a global kind of overcast. You have extra snowfall blocks, wind only for vanilla particles. You can mess around with this really. I'm not entirely sure what every single option does, but you can mess around with it just to get the features that suit you. Now the rate of storms per each player, this goes by first half a day and then it goes up in days. And this basically is how many kind of tornadoes or stuff you want per day. I usually have it set on about 1 day, but for right now I've got it for never just for this mod review. And then you can also customize it for dimensions, so you can have one in like the end if you want to, or the overworld, the nether, or since I've got another couple of mods in this for tropics as well. And then the advanced settings, you've actually got this huge list which is all the block IDs, how strong it is, the items it can pick up, everything like that. You can all find it in here and customize and save it, reload your game, and it should be working to how you want it to work. But there you go, there is the mod. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. It's a really cool mod, my favourite mod, and I am doing a Twitch stream of it at the moment. If you want to go check that out, I'll be streaming it tonight at 7 PM if you want to go check it out. Most weekdays at about 7 PM. Well, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, like, any feedback will be greatly appreciated, and I'll see you next time.